Hello. Good morning, Australia. All right, I'm just finding all of my stuff, getting myself sorted. Live chat. Live chat. How you going? You're going to have to keep me awake today because I am not at all awake. All right. I think I'm ready to go now. Let's see. You will poke me? Thank you. That's good. Oh, gosh. I am actually so tired. This work life is not fun. I need to win lotto. That's all right. Do you have tea? I have Coke. So that's my version of it. Yes, Rosalind, I do. I definitely have that. I definitely do. Hey, Terrelyn. Leave work, just colour? Yeah, I am. I am going to try. How you going? Sorry, Terrelyn. I went to put it on Discord. Well, I was kind of open Discord earlier and accidentally posted. So I had to quickly delete it. So it was like, hey, Marilyn. Oh, all right. I have to get this page done today because otherwise I won't be able to do Japanese January colouring with Kat. So I have to get this done. I might not get it all done on stream, but I do have to get it all done. So while we all get in and say hello, I'm going to finish off the grass. So I went in with lime 570. So I'm just going to get in and do that. Hey, Dawn. How's it going? I love when you pop in, Dawn. I don't think I've ever said that Dawn's a very important family name in my family, so I just love seeing anyone with the name Dawn. It's great. Hey, Tonya! How you going? I've missed you this week. I haven't been able to catch any of your lives due to my actual real-life work stuff. It's not fun. It's not fair. Yeah. I'm going to, this afternoon, after I finish doing some of the jobs I've got to do, I'm going to actually sit down and play back some live streams. Yeah, I know. I miss you. And I won't be able to pretend to be teaching and come into your streams for a good couple of weeks. I've got to set up all of the new kiddies into, when I tell you to do work, do it, and leave me alone so I can watch live streams. Yeah. Hey, Mandy, how's it going? Yep, 1 month of no buying. Let's see how I go. March is my birthday, so I'm like, fingers crossed. I am going to, that's my goal, is if I can manage to be a good girl all of February, I'm going to buy myself probably the Light Fast. If I can be a good girl. All right, I've just put a base layer of lime down. Now I'm going in with Golf Course. Yeah, so if I manage to refrain from, yeah, we can help. That's tight. Yeah, so I've got to be like very, very good and not spend any money, and then I can get the Light Fast, and then I feel all special. Like, yeah. And then when I get the Light Fast, I get your pencil case. And I'm at the point where I'm already on to the second shelf of my pencil cases, so I might have to get some new shelves. And then it continues to roll. All right. So, what you've all been doing? I think apart from us Aussies in here, the rest of you are towards the end of your day, I think. For us, it's the start. So, I am off this morning. Oh, thank you very much, Mandy. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. I get you. I'm kind of going to try and force myself to be chatty too, darling. I hope you're okay. If there's anything you need, just let us know. But no, go ahead and lurk away. I will try to be awake enough to keep you entertained. But now, after I've done this, I've got to go downstairs and clean out Actually, I've got to clean all of downstairs and rearrange it because Emily's older sister is coming to stay downstairs for a couple of months with her little, I think, gosh, how old is he now? 14-month-old little boy. She's had her and her partner in a good spot. So she needs a place to stay, and I'm probably the only mother figure around at the moment. So yeah, she's coming to stay downstairs, but I've got to basically childproof downstairs and then rearrange all of the art studio because it's just become a dumping ground in the last couple of months because it's too hot to do anything down there. So I've basically just got to go down and tidy and clean, which is so not fun. But yeah, so that's my job today. The girls will come down and help too. It's just a matter of rearranging as such. Like, there's not too much to do, but I need to make it childproof too, because there's lots of things down there that a 14-month-old does not want to get himself into. All right, last one I've got is Casino Green. So I'm just going to come in and start adding some shading into here. Hey, Heather. How you going? I should pull out the Black Widows just for you. No, I won't. Yeah, Rosalind, it's one of those things that's, it's kind of, she's Emily's only actual family that is willing to talk to her at the moment. So if I can do that for Em, then that's what you do. It's just part and parcel of it. I need, who Em chooses to love, then I need to open my doors to as well. Hey Ezra, how's it going? Yeah, I'm glad you do. Yeah, Aussie humour's, as long as you understand that, pretty much everything we say is usually said with some kind of jest, and we don't take anything too seriously. Why have I just well, I don't know, my TV is just decided not to have a chat, but I've got it everywhere else. Aussies are totally awesome, yes, Mandy, we are. We try to be. The rest of the world are like, we're going to be awesome, and we're just too lazy to try to do anything, and that makes us better. It's like, yeah, she'll be right. It'll work out. Oh, so the new puppies. Oh, excellent, Azra. Yay. Oh, saying I'm awesome. Oh, thanks. Not really. I'm just me. Just little old me. All right. So I got a little bit of this. What am I using? Golf course, isn't it? No, Casino Green. All of these names for green stuff. They're a week early. 10 puppies. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, I'm hoping they all go well. That's a lot of puppies for Mama to look after. All right, going to go in with just a little bit of black and run it along the shadow lines just to define it a little bit. 2 girls and the rest boys. Nice. What's more popular for breeding, like for resale, boys or girls, Azra? Like, what do people tend to want? Or is it just like a mixed bag? Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah. If I had 10 puppies, yeah, I'd want them, yep, I'd want them out as well. Definitely so. Being pregnant with 1 puppy's enough. I don't know how they do it. Hey, Mona, how's it going? Yeah, so some of you might have seen, some of you might not have, but we lost a little fur baby member of our family earlier this week. So I think you saw Ginny a lot in the stream that I did with the girls with the rainbow serpent. And I was saying then she wasn't the best, but sadly she went off to Rainbow Bridge on Monday peacefully. There's no big drama there. She just went to sleep, didn't come back out. Em that was Em's first one that she's lost, so she's the first one of our little rats. By the way, that's our rats that we're talking about. She's the first one that we've lost, so Em was a little bit heartbroken by that, understandably. It was interesting to watch, however, Georgia's response to it all, and the realization that I've had way too much influence on, classic conditioning. Georgia is very much my child because she did what I did, which is go into we're in control mode and let's just handle this and we'll show no actual emotional response. I was watching her more with, as we went through and consoling Emily and then obviously having to go lay Ginny to rest in the backyard and stuff like that. Just watching how Georgia was responding and basically watching a mirror image of myself. And seeing that in your own 12-year-old daughter can be a little bit confronting because you're like, what have I actually, is this a good thing that I've shown her that, I've passed on this sense of control and that kind of stuff. And, that you don't show emotion, you just get in and get it all sorted and things like that. And I'm like, does she know well enough that I will go away later and show emotion, like in the privacy of my own thing? I think I actually had, I was talking to Angie after Ginny went and had a bit of a moment, with that of how I was feeling. And what pencils? I'm using the Shapir Farbens, Mandy. So just watching Georgia, and I'm like, hopefully she also, whilst, she's taken after her mother, whether that's for good or bad, hopefully she also knows the importance of going and processing those feelings later in private, that she doesn't keep them bottled up. I don't know. It was an interesting thing to watch, from, I guess, a psychological perspective, that influence that I've had on her. Oh, yeah, I can imagine it's been hectic this week with the puppies. I'm glad you're backing into the colouring. So it's definitely been an interesting week this week. So that happened on the Monday, and Tuesday was Australia Day, which was George's birthday. So we lost Ginny on the Monday, and then George's birthday on the Tuesday. So that was a bit of fun. Yeah, she was very, very, very much loved. And that's the important thing, you come to my house that you don't have a choice. You are going to be spoiled, well loved, whether you are a little tiny four-legged rat or a two-legged human. It tends to happen in this household. So it's just how it is. I might not be the most, lovey-dovey kind of person around. I'm not that kind of person, but you'll definitely know you're loved. All right, just going to go back in with the Casino Green. And just start putting a little bit more of a blend in the shadow. And yeah, it is shown in different ways. And, it was funny, like during the week, we were talking about, in my psychology class at school, we're talking about different kind of memories and classic conditioning and, emotional responses and triggers and stuff. And that's what I was talking to my students about was, watching Georgia and watching how she responded. And that's a learnt behaviour from watching how I respond over, many years of how I respond to those emotional events. And, just watching, and that's what I said to her. If I had been the mother that, was a lot more, I don't want to use the word dramatic, but a lot more, I guess, open in how I deal with emotional events, then she would have learnt to be that way too. But instead, because I'm quite, controlled in that response, she's also learnt that control. So yeah, it's interesting. All right. Then I'm going to go back in with Golf Course and just going to do the same thing. Just slowly blending them in together. It's all right, Azra. That's what we're here for. We all support each other. It's just what we do. And I do hope that medication oil is going to make you feel better. All right. So we've got a bit of grass. All right, grass. Let's do some rocks. All right. Okay. Going to go in with some honey brown. And just going to start, and I am deliberately being messy with this. I'm trying to put some texture into the rocks, so I'm not looking for any smooth laydown. Far from it. Basically giving myself an excuse to colour like I'm in kindergarten. That's right, Azra. I haven't been attending lives because I am back at work. So I see them pop up and I'm like, I can't go in because I actually have to do my job. But that's okay. It feels weird being back at work too. I'm exhausted but also reinvigorated because when you're on holidays, the brain tends to stop working and I kind of just go into like what zone. But being back at work, my brain's had to kick back into gear. So it's interesting just using brain cells. Hi, Rana. How's it going? How you doing? So the brain cells are definitely back and kicking, which is fun. I had to laugh. I felt for my psychology students. First lesson I had with them on the first day, I dropped an exam on them. And they were just like, what? Are you serious? Like, yep, let's go. And they're all freaking out. And I went, I told you, this year's serious. I told you that it wasn't holidays, that you were revising. And they're just like, oh my God. It was only a practice exam. I'm not that nasty. But they were just like, first day back, and I'm dropping that on them. And yet they love me. So I'm dropping an exam on them. And they're all looking at me. And I'm like, off you go. And by the way, I love you. I still love you lots. But do your exam. Yeah. Yeah. This week was only, hey Della, how's it going? This week was only a 3-day week for work, which was good. Next week's my first 5-day week back. I think by Friday I'm going to be, non-communicable. I am not going to be able to string 2 words together. I always find my voice gets sore, if you know what I mean, in the first couple of weeks, because it's, my vocal cords aren't used to talking all day long. Might come as a surprise, but I'm actually not a big talker in my real life at home. At work, I don't shut up, but at home, I don't speak much at all. So the first couple of weeks, my vocal cords certainly get a workout. Yeah, knackered. That's it. I will be knackered by the end of next week, massively. But that's all right, which is good because I won't be streaming next week. I'm not going to stream next Sunday because it's February and there's a whole full schedule on, and so I'm just going to sit back and enjoy that, to be honest. And I've got Colin Thompson. So if you weren't aware, Shell Artie's hosting 28 days of Colin Thompson, and we are doing a group buddy colour along on our channels. So it's me, Ashley and Shell, and we're all using different pencils, but we're doing this one here, which is Redbox, and it's from the Colouring Heaven magazine, as well as his own colouring book. But yeah, we're doing Redbox, and we're doing a different section each day. So there will be a video up every day from the 3 of us. So 3 videos every day for all of February. I'm using the Cray Arts, and I'm not sure what the other girls have fully decided on. I think Ash is using the Shapir Farbens, and Shell's using the Polys, but I'm not too sure. But there, so that will be a video every day. So that next weekend, the fact that I'm not streaming will help me, try and edit videos and get them uploaded and stuff like that. So. Oh, that's awesome, Della. The backgrounds, we spend all this time colouring, and then it's the backgrounds that always have us stumped. That's what I find. Thanks, Rana. I appreciate it. Yeah, so, and then what I might come back on stream and do is I have this. I don't know whether I'm going to do it before the next stream or whatever, but there is an artist on Instagram, Tandala Art, and she is Slovak and has immigrated to Australia, and she did this awesome mandala that she is giving the page out for free if you contact her. And it was Australia Day like I said, on Tuesday, and I'm extremely patriotic. My child was born on Australia Day, so of course I'm patriotic. This one was really nice. So I'm going to do this mandala. I will probably do it in pencil, which means it's going to take a lot more time. But yeah, so I'm sure that Angie will put the link to Tandala's Instagram. Go check it out. But it's a beautiful image, and I'm going to enjoy colouring it a lot. It means a lot to see something that is an Australian image. So that's one of my to-dos in February. I also have my hashtag in February, which is going to be, because I don't have enough, I'll tell you what I'm doing with my life in February. So February is going to be first page February, where you're going to do the first page in your colouring book, so the actual first page in the book. So not only am I doing the Redbox Colin Thompson, I am also going to do the first page in this one as well, so I'm going to do the bookcase, which is called Bookshelf. There you go. So I'm going to do that. That's going to be my first page. So 2 Colin Thompsons. Okay, I am back at work, so I may be going insane. Then the other first page that I'm doing, these 2 first pages are buddy colours, which is great. The other first page I'm going to do is from Spirit Animals. So this will be the first page in the book as well as the actual first page. So I'm going to do, but wait, there's more. So I'm doing this one. So I'm going to do this lady here. So she will be the other one. So they're the 3 4 I must do pages for February. Let's see if I get anything else done. Probably not. So February first page in every book we own, right? Mandy, no. That is just if I don't have, no. Oh, thanks, Angie, for putting up the schedule for the February too. That looks. Thank you for that. I've got no chance of getting no, but it is my goal because the reason for it. I'm coming in now with pavement grey. The reason for it is, like, I know when I get a colouring book, I start looking through the images and then, trying to find the first one I'm going to colour within the book. And then by the time I get towards the back, I've like, oh, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. And I've forgotten the first page. And so I never actually colour the first page in a book. So I'm like, no, I'm going to colour me some first pages. So that was what my idea for that was. Oh, and excellent. Angie's put up the Tandala as well. But yeah, so I will get that mandala coloured at some point. I don't know. I actually have to do my job. Yeah, so February is going to be a work commitment month. I need to do my work life. And then I'll come back to my outside life. I always do. I work hard at the start of the year, so I kind of set up for the rest of the year. And if you hadn't figured, I do everything. I work hard, work fast. So I'll have it all set up within the first couple of weeks. Yeah, but if you do contact Tandala, just let her know that Angie and I sent you, because I think she'd like that, to see that we've been shouting her out. Very generous lady. All right, going to go in with warm grey. So I'm going to start putting some shadow components into these rocks. Oh, I had a moment there. Where is the artist from? I can't say it. I can't pronounce it. Is it Slovia or Slovia? Words are hard. I don't know how to pronounce it. Angie will write it. So she's I believe an immigrant that obviously loves Australia. So I'm not sure. Slovak, yeah. Thank you, Ezra. But I don't know where she's living, to be honest. What was I going to say? Words, thoughts, brain. I don't know. I don't know. Sardinia. There you go. But now, see, Angie knows everything. It's great. Yeah, I wonder too. she's been very respectful of it within the mandala, but hopefully there is some connection there with the community. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm just going to come in with a bit of white and mush it all together. Mush, 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 mush. All right. What else? Oh, the ballet. No. I spoke to you about the ballet last week. What else have I done this week? I'm trying to think. What have I done? Work. Oh, I had a committee meeting yesterday. And because, I don't have enough in my life. I'm actually the executive on a number of committees because, why not? There's a lot of community committees. And so yesterday I actually had the meeting at my house. And so inviting people into my little home is a big deal. I tend not to like people in my house. Home is my safe place. And I had a whole bunch. It was a female committee yesterday. And I'm very much, when I run a meeting, I just want the decisions made. I'm not interested in all the chat. You can chat about and we'll work out the details later, but can we just make a decision, move on? And, I'm usually in a lot of these committee meetings, I'm the youngest as well. So they just want to sit there and have a good old chin wag about things. And I'm just like, yep, okay, cool. Let's make that motion. Let's move. Cool. Okay, let's do this. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, we just got to get through this because I want you out of my house. And my brain being as it is, I'm like, what did I put myself up for yesterday? I'm going to come in with a little bit more of that honey brown now and just start adding a little bit more colour through the rocks. I am using Spear Farbens. Fast meeting is a good meeting. That's what I like. We can sit there and communicate once we've dished out roles and what our goals are and figured all of that out. We can nut that out later. That's what email's for. I don't need you to talk about it in depth now. So somehow I've got Colin Thompson February. So 28 days of Colin Thompson. I'm back at work. I've got my first page February. And I am somehow organising a major panel. I've got to try and get some prestigious guests to come into our community and organise a panel on behalf of the local women's group. Yep. So that's because I just don't have enough to do. No, I'm not simple. I'm insane, Rosalind. That's what it is. I am insane. A couple of years ago, I realised, I tend to sit there and think we all have opinions and attitudes about how we think things should be, and we like to talk about, they should do this or people should be doing this, and then I sat there and thought, well, if that's the case, if I sit there and think, oh, well, this should be happening, or I don't agree with this, why isn't someone standing up against this? All right, well, if I'm having those thoughts, then it's me sitting here in my house complaining about it. It's not doing anything about it. So I now am sadly, well, no, not sadly. I do enjoy it, but I'm very much an active member of a lot of groups. There are I have the phone numbers of some very, very important Australian people that probably, I don't know whether they regret meeting me or like meeting me, because I tell it, I don't care what level of position you are in the Australian system, I will still tell you to your face what I think of you. So I think, sorry, I just knocked my camera. And like generally they kind of tend to appreciate it. They will when they see me at certain events, they will go do all of the things that they have to do and then come up and see me and go, let me have it. Which is kind of nice when you're known for just being blunt and saying it like it is. I don't sugarcoat things for anyone. I think if the Queen of England rocked up, I'd still bluntly tell her what I thought too. So, you're in awe of my energy. Oh no, sometimes Angie, I sit there and think I'm just insane. But the thing is like people think I don't stop, which is quite funny because I actually do stop. I'm not constantly moving. You see me in streams, and when you see me in a stream and I'm chatting away, I'm just laying on my bed. When I work fast, and then when I don't work, I'm chillaxing. All right, I'm going to go in with avocado. Just outline these so I don't lose them. I'm like, what color should I make these lilies? Is the question. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just worn out listening to my life. Sometimes I feel that way myself, Della. But no, I it is funny. Like people just think I don't stop, but I do. I am a major advocate for work-life balance. And I think by listening to me talk, especially when I'm, on a roll, I just work fast. I mean, pay me out for the fact that I colour fast. I just function fast. I think fast. At work, what would take, someone an hour to do, I can do in 10, 15 minutes. So I get things done quickly, which allows me to have me time. Because me time is very important too. Good night, Azra. Look after yourself and look after those beautiful little puppies. So I don't know if I told you, but that was yellow. I'm just trying to put in some lightness so that the stems of these lilies stick up. Did anyone tell me what color I'm doing these lilies? No. I don't think I want to do them the same kind of pink. I'm not sure. I don't know. All right. Well, we think about that. I'm going to go in and do the koi because I know what I'm doing there. Well, no, I don't, but I'm going to pretend I know what I'm doing there. Okay, let's go in with orange. Let's make this one orange. Okay. So Casper's having a good old bark outside. So I'll come in and I will soften out the underwater stuff later, but I'm going to try, even at this point, be a little bit more heavy-handed on the stuff popping out of the water than the stuff under the water, just for my own sense of keeping in touch with what I'm doing. So koi all have individual markings, and the colour of the koi have different spiritual or, kind of representations. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think pink is motherhood. I'm not sure. But I can't remember. Purplish. Yeah, I was thinking purplish too. Cool. That's good. We're all kind of on the same boat. Lula just poked up when she heard the dog barking. Yeah, that'll be Casper. All right, let's go in with, where are you? Cadmium red. I just had to go find it. Oh. Okay, so I've got cadmium red now. The cats did a double take. Oh, thanks, Angie. I try. If I know something, I'll try and mention it. It's just helpful at the moment that, you know, we're doing Japanese culture. But yeah, I can't off the top of my head remember what the different color combinations mean for different things and stuff. And it also, what direction the koi is swimming in pictures represents whether you're after that goal or you've achieved that goal, which is why koi are often represented as yin yang, because you're in that constant journey of chasing after your goals. Which is, yeah, so usually when you see koi fish, they're represented one swimming up, one swimming down. And that's that, you know, you're always striving to reach that path. So. And I'm just, because obviously the lag time from what I'm doing, I've just caught out of the corner of my eye, me with my arms representing the koi fish. And I'm like, oh my God, with my hands going everywhere. You can imagine what I'm like in my classroom. All right, so that's that one. And then I might go in with a little bit of watermelon, just to put in a little bit of shading up here at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to come back in with black. Just to redefine where this fin separation is. And I might give him a couple of little black splodges. All right, so that's that one. Let's go over to this one, and I think I'm going to come along and I'm going to use the black. I'm going to make this one where his scales are part of his colouring, as in the separate scales. With a bit of black. Have I lost his all, or has the chat died? I don't know what's happened, or he's all just listening intensely to my words of wisdom as I impart them upon thee. Oh, you're listening to the words of wisdom? Excellent. Cool. Wish my students were that attentive. Nah, they're pretty cool. I've got a little grade 7 class, and they've all come in, and half of them went to the school that my daughter went to, primary school, and they're all just sitting there looking up at this giant, waving her arms about in the air, speaking like a crazy woman. And I think I don't know whether it's a look of fear or, oh my God, what have we got ourselves into? Or this is cool. I think it's a mixture of all. Just a little bit, whoa. Mother Mary. Yeah, no. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not saintly enough to be Mother Mary. All right. So we got the black, and I'm thinking, I don't we might put a touch of red in this one. Not a lot. Just a couple little touches of red. So I'm going in with watermelon. I'm just trying to make him look a little bit interesting. Koi fish are incredible to watch when you're in Japan, because obviously they're a spiritual animal, so they're very much treated well in the Japanese parts. But man, there's a lot of them, and they're a bit pushy. They'll come up, so if they see you at the water's edge, they're like, "Woohoo, you're going to bring me some food," and they'll be like coming up, and they'll be like, "Get him away! I want it." Seeking words of wisdom, let it be. Sorry, let it be. But I'm going to really define the black here. I'm pushing really down on the pencil now, just to really get that depth of black in there. All right, and this one, I think we're going to make goldy colour. Why not? Let's go in with hot sun. Hot sun. So what are the words of advice, of wisdom, pearls of wisdom would you like from me? No, you really don't. I have no advice. Oh, yeah. All right, we got hot sun. Let's go in with yellow. Yeah, kind of. Angie, probably. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Go on, mine. And let's go in with a bit of sun-kissed. What's for breakfast? Yeah, I had fruitcake because there was cut up fruitcake left over from yesterday's meeting. And I was like, I probably should eat something if I've got to talk for 2 hours, but I'm not a big breakfast eater. So to be honest, breakfast was a piece of fruitcake, and I'm now on to my 3rd glass of Pepsi Max. I know, I'm a healthy person. Don't seek any form of dietary advice from me. It is not good. Alrighty, let's have a look at this. I've got the koi down. The kitsune, we're going to keep him mostly white. So this is going to be where it gets difficult, because I want a white kitsune. I want him to have reached his 1,000 years of wisdom. That's what I want her looking at. So I'm just going in with a little bit of ivory at the moment, but I don't want to give him too much detail. I'll come in when I blur him out with the thing, but I'm just going to let the line art do most of it. And we'll put, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Let's stick with orange for his eyes to count off the kimono. So let's go in with a bit of orange. And then a little bit of cadmium red at the edges. Now he just looks like he wants to kill you. I've been watching too much Supernatural. Let's tone that down with a bit of ivory. All right. Now, we'll come back in with that when we get to blurring him out with the water. Tacos for breakfast. Seagulls in America are meant to avoid. Oh, yeah, totally. You had tacos for breakfast. Love it, Della. Actually sounds like good breakfast. I have some taco mince left over in there. I might have that later. Okay, I'm just going to, because it's here, Sassy Pink, I'm just going to run that just a little bit on the tip of his nose. Like I said, most of this is going to be underwater. All right, purples for lilies. Let's go for periwinkle flower. What am I looking at time-wise? Oh, yeah. Plenty of time. Cool. They're just nasty, the seagulls. You know, I'm not for animal cruelty, but sometimes a good kick in their direction helps to maintain a little bit of social distancing between them and my food. All right, so we've got periwinkle flower, and then we might come in with Tyrian purple. Yeah, that was Georgia's. So Georgia, you always get to choose your meals, and she chose burritos. So we had burritos for her birthday. And pastel rainbow swirl cheesecake, white chocolate cheesecake. And coming back in with that periwinkle flower. The cake looked amazing. Thanks, Rosalind. Yeah, Georgia enjoyed it. It was rich. It was disgusting. I'm not, as much as I love chocolate, I'm actually not a big white chocolate fan, and nor am I a sweet fan. Deep purple I'm using now. I'm not really into desserts, apart from chocolate. I bleed chocolate. So it was a bit way too rich for me. Way too rich. All right, I'm just bringing over some white now to blend the colours up. Okay, there we go with that. It's going to come in now with a little bit of black just to provide a little bit of shadowing. So that we can create that 3D kind of look. Just going to blend that out with a little bit of the, what was it, golf course. So what, a bit wide. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't like white chocolate, but you know, I've got a 12-year-old daughter that they seem to like any form of chocolate. And in a cheesecake, it's better. You know, it wasn't too bad. It just wasn't my choice thing. But that's okay. She wanted cheesecake. That's what she got. And it was easy to make a white chocolate cheesecake because then I could dye it pink, blue, purple, all those pastel colours. And swirl it all together. Did look like I had exercised a demon after, however, with the red food dye all over my hands. All right, Let's go in lily pads. Lily pads. I'm going to use the same colours as I used in the grass. So I'm going to go in with lime. We might actually get this done. So whenever I'm just putting the base colour down, that's mainly so I know where I'm colouring, and also gives whatever colours I put on top something to slide over. But it's mostly there so I actually know what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going in with golf course. Start bringing that over. Yeah, I always motor. I think I'm colouring slow, but then I realise that I probably, not. Oh gosh. A bit of a multitasker. Oh, on that, my U. Okay, so, talking about my U, right? So the battery went flat, which is fine. And I tried to charge it and everything, but I think it needed a new battery. So I went and bought a new battery this week, which is all good. But in my smartness, I hate modern cars. I really do. So lock the car up, right? But it has a flat battery. So now I can't unlock the car because the electric key doesn't work, and putting the key in the lock and turning it doesn't work. And I, Googled it up, and it seems to be a thing with the cars. So what I have to do today, or at some point when I get motivated, because it's just going to require effort, is I have to jack up my car at the front, get underneath the ute, find the lead to the battery, hot wire it with my battery charger so that it has some power so that I can unlock the door to pop the hood to change battery. Why can't things just be simple? And I'm like, oh. And it's times like this where I sit there and go, it would actually be nice to have a bloke to do all that for me. But no, I'm going to go down and do that all myself. Here I am talking about baking a white chocolate cheesecake, and now I'm going to go talk about hot wiring my car. I'm going to go in with Casino Green. So I'm just going to put some shading in. But yeah, so that's another I've got to do job. It won't take long. It's just effort. I mean, jacking up the car, it's going to be painful, and then trying to find the lead. And it's a low-profile car, and it's on the grass, and I'm just going to be a princess. No, the ute isn't under RSEQ, so I can't ring RSEQ for it. And, the reality is I can do it. I just don't want to do it. That's more of the issue. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, no, what a process. Just to change a battery. But it was my own stupid... Well, no, it's not, because, I locked it up, and I locked it up manually, and it let me lock it manually, but it won't let me unlock it manually. And I'm just like, seriously? This is why I don't like modern cars. I don't like electric windows. I don't like electric doors. And I certainly don't like the doors that lock automatically when you drive, because if something goes wrong, you can't override it, and that frustrates me. It really does. What's the point of having a manual key lock if the manual key lock doesn't work without battery power? That kind of stuff frustrates me. So that's when I'm kind of like, I like the older cars. and the fact that the older cars, I can actually get my hands into the engines. The newer cars are all made in Asia, and they've got tiny midget hands. And I have hands the size of, a giant. I certainly don't have delicate lady hands. Right, so there we go with that. Let's come in with a little bit of the golf course again. Yeah, older cars make sense, and they're prettier. One day. So my first car was a Datsun 200B. I don't know what they are called in other countries. I know they had a name, but I can't remember what it was. But so I had a Datsun 200B, and she was a great car. She was yellow, and all of that kind of stuff. And the starter motor had gone on it, the alternator. So I used to be at uni, and to start my car, I would have to pop the hood and use a screwdriver to short the starter motor, and then run around and turn on the ignition. So I'm basically hot wiring my car every time to start it. And I used to just sit there and think, oh my God, the things you do. Crazy. My hybrid has a key hidden in the fob so it can be used to open the door, and then a button to push to restart the battery. Found out that. Oh, not. Well, it's good that they have that. As long as they have manual overrides, that's fine. But this car has a manual key lock. But when I went on to Reddit and all the threads, the manual key lock doesn't work without battery power, which defeats the purpose. So, if I'm in the middle of a dam or the middle of a lake and I'm trying to get out of my car, which is why I don't lock the doors when I'm driving, just frustration. That's all it is. I've already taught. So in my cars, I have a glass breaker because they all have electric windows now, so you can't manually put down a window. So I have a device that will break glass, and I've taught the kids how to use it. Well, I've shown the kids the theory behind how to use it. I obviously haven't used it. I'm not replacing glass just for a lesson. But just frustrations. All right, I've got to find my Prussian blue. There we go. Okay, Prussian blue is what we're going to work with next. Okay, so Prussian blue, and what was the other colour I decided I was going to do with the water? Mould. Okay, so I'm just going to put down a light layer of, sorry, I moved it. Light layer of mould. I'm not worrying about the white highlights at this point on the water. I'll come back and put them in. Just going over with mould. The manual was, that's what the internet's for. Absolutely, Google is my best friend when it comes to these kinds of things, which is how I found out how I need to get around it, because I'm not the only person, obviously, that this has happened to. That's how I know that I've got to jack it up and hotwire the lead, which is good because when the battery was playing up, I'd already popped the hood and loosened the lead. So it's actually going to be a lot easier for me to find the lead and pull it down to hotwire it. But it's just annoying. And if you hadn't figured, I'm one of those chicks, one of those ladies that will just figure out how to do it myself anyway. I was raised by very gender-neutral parents in the fact that they didn't care whether you're male or female. You learned how to fix a car and you learned how to make a cake. So both my brother and I are like that. We can do both. Except for my brother's lazy. Moldy water. Well, yeah, it's pond water. It's got that kind of. Have you ever seen like a koi carp pond? There's lots of mold. I'm not making it pretty blue water because that's not how it is. I love the fact that there's a colour called legitimately mold. Okay, so I'm just going to very lightly start taking this mold colour over the animals as well. Yeah, pain in is exactly what it is, Angie. Pain in the rear end. But that's just how it is. And I'm also a tight butt, and I don't want to pay someone to fix it for me when I can actually fix it myself if I really want to. Algae, yeah. Yeah, well, algae, mold, Angie, same thing, kind of. But yes, algae is probably the better word for it. Okay. All right, I've got a bit of mold there. But this is mold. See, that's why I'm getting confused. All right, I'm going to go in with Prussian blue now, which is actually a blue-green. Way too early on a Sunday morning for my brain to distinguish between mold and algae. Way too early. Hey, I've already done smart stuff already on stream this morning. Let me have my moments of not smart stuff. Okay. Please. No. I can't know everything. I want to turn my page so bad. I'm going to have to. I'm sorry. I'm turning my page. I did it gently, but I just can't colour that way. Not with my lefty-handedness. It's looking good. Thank you. Della, you said, got a Chevy. Oh, I want a Camaro. So bad. Anyway, one day. Was teaching energy transformations in class earlier in the week, transfers and transformations. And I teach it using Transformers as an example and Bumblebee. And we talk about the Camaro and him changing from the Camaro into the robot. And that, that's change and transformation. So that's how I actually teach my science lesson, is with a bit of car knowledge as well. And then we get on to a whole discussion about, which was a better version of Bumblebee, whether when he was the VW or when he was the Camaro. And I'm always going to, mind you, I love my VWs too, but always going to be a Camaro. Does that glove really keep the pencil from smearing? Yeah, Jamie, it does, especially as I'm left-handed. It doesn't fix it all. And you'll notice I don't wear the glove very often, but I knew I was going to be colouring over this and I didn't want any markings in her face. It doesn't stop at all, but it does make a bit of a difference. So I do recommend it, especially if you're working with colours that you don't want to transfer. Like I didn't want to transfer anything up into the paleness. Oh yeah, Prisma's probably. I don't think anything's going to stop Prisma from smudging. And it's not. It doesn't stop it completely. It just lessens it, if that makes sense. And to be honest, having the glove on is more about making me more aware to be cautious of the smudging. I know it's stupid, but it's basically informing my brain that I need to focus on not putting my hand down as much, which is impossible when you're left-handed, but I try. And you would have noticed as I coloured, I tried to colour the page, and that's why I've turned it too, is I've tried to approach the page in a way that prevents the smudginess as well, that I'm trying to work in the direction so that the colour, sorry, I'm like trying to pay attention to my shading as well. Trying to work in the direction that, oh, wait up, I think that's a lily pad. Okay, hold on. If you watched my haul last night, I'm going to come in with my little Daiso electric eraser. Woo! Okay, I'm just going to colour that in quickly. Oh yeah, if you've got oily hands, definitely wear a glove, because it's the oils in your hands that causes smudging, not the actual movement. All right, golf course. Yeah, so if you've got oily hands, definitely I would advise that, because if you think about it, you've got your solvents. Your solvents are oils that are used to break down the oils in the wax and the oil within the pencil. So yeah, the oils just make it happen even more. Me, I'm a dry ASSBB word, so I don't have as many oils, but you still naturally have it. Oh, you could try a piece of parchment, and I have that too, but it annoys me. And when I'm working with pastels and when I'm drawing properly, so if I'm, oh, I just got rid of my own chat. If I'm doing an actual artwork, I am very much more cautious of my smudging, and I will have the parchment paper and all of that down so that I'm not transferring colours and things. But for this, I'm like, that requires effort and thought, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to. All right, there we go, lily pad done. Let's go back to Prussian blue. I need to sharpen it. And the glove looks super cool. Yeah, it makes me look profesh. I reckon Tonya looks even more profesh because she's got the glove and the wrist brace, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be that level of cool. And the tat, her tat looks cool. My tats don't show as much. I'm like, I want to be as cool as Tonya. So funny. Okay, I'm going to come back in with mould again and start just working over where I've laid down the Prussian blue. I actually, don't get me wrong, I have a wrist brace. I do will end up probably wearing one and an elbow brace in the next couple of weeks. I always find when I go back to work, the first couple of weeks, my wrists and elbows really struggle with, riding up on vertical on the whiteboard again. But I do have a wrist brace. I'm not cool enough to wear it. Yeah, Jamie. Oh, yeah, totally. Tanya's like, she's extra cool. And when she speaks when she starts pronouncing like Marie Trollet and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, yay, I love that. But I suppose that's probably the same as when I speak, start putting some Japanese twang on things like kitsune and stuff. It's all right. We can all fangirl. I fangirl a little bit over Tanya. She's pretty cool. Oh, hey, Tanya. I didn't know whether you're still lurking or not. I'm like, she'll be hearing her name going, what is she saying? So remember, this is a really toothy paper that I use, so there is going to be a lot of white showing through at the moment. We will work on that. Some of the white I want to stay, but we want to try. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never actually coloured pond water before, so I'm figuring it out along with you and hoping that it works. Hoping that something that I do makes sense, and at the end it looks like pond water. Kind of what I'm hoping for. It is working? Okay, cool. I'm coming with a bit of Prussian over here. I think I missed it. All right, just before I go in and do some more with it, I'm going to go in with some black and just add where I want the water to have that darkness. So underneath the lily pads and underneath the petals. Is it okay that it's turned this way? It's not bothering you too much? Just makes it a little bit easier for me at the moment. So. I'm also using the black to help redefine where the koi are underneath the water. All right. Back in. I just want to start singing. That's the problem. I got to stop myself. So when I'm like, just concentrating and figuring out what I'm doing, I just usually sing random tunes, and I'm like, I can't sing. Not actual tunes. Not that I have to worry about being copyrighted. I don't. It's not like. And the general rule of copywriting too is if it's under 10 seconds, it's usually copyright free. But it's just me singing in general. I was not blessed with that skill. I was blessed with a lot of abilities, but singing, alas, no. Alright. What happened? Who's getting big? Alright, I have to have a look. Don't want to miss out. Yeah, I'm the same, Jamie. I isolate myself, and it's one of my, when you dream about if I won the lotto things, one of mine is literally how can I build myself a beautiful house in the middle of on the mountain in the middle of nowhere that's self-sufficient, so my contact with humans is less, which is real healthy. I know, but it's true. I like people. I just don't like them in my house. All right, I'm just going to go in with some white now, and I'm just going to start laying down a little bit of pigment. I'm just trying to fill some of this tooth. I'm going to come back in a second with a blender. This is actually going to be blended. I want to flatten the tooth. I want it to look glassy, but I need enough pigment down so that it will actually do that. So I'm on super hyperlapse speed now. Just going nuts with the white. Woo! So I promise I'm not on passport. Human contact can be stressfully tiring. Yeah. And let's remember, I have contact with hundreds of humans, little attitude-filled, rage-filled, hormone-filled, pubescent humans every day. So I am usually exhausted. Okay, let's start. But which is why I love this chat, because I love the I guess the interaction, but you're not in my house. Okay, I'm just going in with a blender. I'm just using the DeWitt blender, whatever one you want. Okay, and let's start smoothing this guy out. You'll notice I'm still trying to go in what would be horizontal lines, but at the moment is vertical lines, just to keep with the appearance of water. What a difference the blend makes. Look at it. What glassy pond water is happening. Yeah, perfect house guess. When I press end stream, you're gone. I don't have to be polite and sit there and, drop all the hints of like, time for you to leave my house now. Oh, how's that water looking? Woo! Yeah, that's it. Look at it. So now bringing it over my fishies to kind of pull, like, what's the word? Haze, blur them out a little bit, underwater look appearance. I'll just go to bed and leave you sitting. Yep, Tammy flicks switch and you're gone. I wish, oh God, wouldn't it be nice in real life if you could do that? Although I'm pretty blunt. You know, my friends accept me for who I am and they accept my introvertness and stuff. And they'll come to visit and then they'll be like, you want us to go now? Yes, please. So they're pretty good like that. I love them for it. I just need to put a little bit more Prussian in under here before I blend him out. Ooh, baby, it's magic. That's it. Magic. And remember, we put a nice touch of that mold color over the top of these koi, that it'll just be enough to give the appearance of the water without it being overtaking from actually being able to see it. Oh yeah, oh totally, Angie. Yep. I'm not even. Yeah, I am. When I used to go out with friends, you know, back in the day when we were young and crazy, we would be out and then I'd just reach the point where I'm like, I'm done. And I'd actually just walk out. I'm not going to spend another, you know, half an hour doing the whole goodbye thing and saying goodbye. I'd just leave. I'd tell one person, I'd say, listen, I'm done. I'm going. And just walk out. So just slip away. Most of the time, they don't even notice you're gone. And it's like, yep, we're done. All right, let's go over this kitsune. So in fish, so the koi are actually koi. That is the Japanese term for the koi. And there's a festival called Koi Nobori, which is Boys' Day, Children's Day, where they fly the koi kites and things like that. But sakana is fish. So sakana is fish in Japanese. But each individual fish, like tuna and salmon, all have their own term. But the overall term for fish is sakana. I think I need to go in with a little bit more white over this kitsune. Yeah, no, I agree. They should just, and I'm pretty open with the dropping of hints. You know, I'm kind of like, oh, I've got work tomorrow. I need to get to bed, or you know, I've got this to do. I've got to get dinner started. I'm like, I drop the hints. Time for you to leave, people. All right, lol. Oh, I'm excited. The water's actually looking good. Woo! Oh yeah, Jamie, I'm direct. There's no if buts about my I'm tactful too. Like I'm not going to, you know, I'm not nasty. I'm going to tell you. But I'll try to do it in a way that won't hurt your feelings. If you don't get the hint, that may change. But I do try to be tactful at the start. Try. Okay, I'm going to bring him back around because I actually need to be able to see now what it looks like in real life and where I need to fix up some things. The good thing is that because I'm using quite a toothy paper, even though I have blended with a blender, I've still got enough bite there on the paper that I can still go over with colour. That's one of the joys of using a bit of a toothiness. So I can still make amendments. All right, let's pick a topic to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. Yeah, they are working out, which is great. I'm really excited. Like I said, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm just having a go. Okay. What has everyone got? Yep, me cleaning. Jojo. And editing videos. Jojo. And filming videos. I gotta start my Colin Thompson. Because that starts tomorrow. Oh yeah. Andy, you're right. How many have pages? I haven't seen. I'm so glad for Isabel, and her at the start of the months where she puts all the hashtags and links everyone, so I can just go through and figure out which ones I'm gonna, what's the word? Pique my interest. Because as much as I'd love to do them all, I can't. And I always try to figure out, is there a way I can knock off like 10 hashtags with one colouring? Eating and sleeping. Well, that's pretty good, Tonya. Eating is good. What's Mary cooking? Or you guys have you guys? No, you wouldn't have had dinner yet. You would have had what? Would it just be lunchtime for you guys? What's Mary whipping up? Mary food. Hey, Boots. How you doing? That's all right, Boots. I'm missing streams too, but that's because I've got to be a good girl and work. I sadly must work for my income because I am high maintenance and I must provide for myself. I like shiny, sparkly new things. I missed this fella down here a little bit when I was blending. I'm just going to come in and try and just define this fin down here so it's not completely lost. We can still see it, and this one here. So I'm just going to kind of shadow in behind it. Tea and Girl Scout cookies. Oh. Girl Scout cookies are so hard to get here in Australia. I've had them a few times, and yes, they are good. I will admit that. But occasionally I can get the Girl Guide cookies, which is the same thing. But they're not easy to find. Not around where I am, anyway. No. Hey, there's nothing wrong with tea and Girl Scout cookies for dinner, Angie. I had fruit cake and Pepsi Max for breakfast. I'm not making any kind of judgment. I'm like, sounds fantastic. If I didn't have children, I would hate to know how bad my dinner habits would be. Because I'm generally not hungry much at night. I try to eat a decent lunch. So I don't really, dinner's not my kind of thing. I'm working with that, the tacos, the cookies. I'm like, you're my kind of lady, Della. What did we have for dinner last night? We had, it was called, I was kind of done. We had chicken nuggets, fried rice, and little, oven bread roll things. That was great dinner from me. All right. How do you reckon that's looking? Does it look okay? What do you think? Does it look pondy enough? Technical terms there, pondy. All right, let's do this vase before I go in and do highlights on the water because I don't want to rub off anything I do on the water. Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. Yeah, except for hate breakfast. Like, I'm just like, just food. But yeah, my dad's doing that at the moment. They are doing the eat a good breakfast, an average lunch, and hardly having anything for dinner, and he's feeling much better for it. He was talking about that the other day, that he's definitely feeling a lot better for cutting out a lot of the food at night. I'm going in with wheat. Yeah, I won't forget the rest of the frame. I think I think we're doing all right for time. Oh no. Oh geez, where'd the time go? All right, maybe I'll do this quickly and then I'll go back and do the water. And the frame and stuff, that's all finished off kind of stuff. All right, wheat. I looked up before and we had heaps of time, and now we don't. All right, maple. Oh, Mona, that sounds great. Yes, please. Except for you guys are in the middle of winter, so that actually sounds like a great winter dish. The idea of eating, yeah, kind of like, no. I'm going to go in with, what colour am I going to use? Hot stuff. Right, got a bit of sun-kissed. Casper is singing again. Yes, the butterflies must be going past. No, because I live down near a park, down near the river, people, that are good people are out walking their dogs, and Casper's greeting them with belonging, going, I want to be walked too. I want to come play with you, because it's a dog-free, leash-free area down there, so they're all down there having fun. And he's like, I'm stuck here because my mum is mean. All right, honey brown. Yeah, he sounds better than me, Rosalind. I'd probably have him howling if I really tried to sing. Be like, please stop. Okay, let's go back in with maple. And then wheat. Righty. So to the page bit, sorry, thank you. Thanks, Angie. All right. Okay, let's do some highlighty bits. Let's see what we do. Let's see whether Unibell is going to play the game today. And see how we go. Sorry, just concentrating. Oh, hello, Shannon. How you going? How you doing? I'm kind of trying to look up. Not being too successful at the moment. Isn't it amazing? Right, let's put a little bit of twinkle in our little foxy eyes. You know, make him look even more devilish. Oh, what have I done? No, now I've gone and ruined it. Hold on, let's give him some pupils back. Let's try again. Okay, there we go. A little bit on his nose. All right, how do you reckon that's looking? No, I'm with Shannon Della. No, just no. Don't put yourself through that pain if you don't have to. Our bodies surprisingly can handle it very well. It's not a problem if you don't have, a gluten intolerance. Okay. All right. What's the time? Nearly time. Okay. Going to do a little bit of something. Let's go for. I'm sure there was Let's go for a bit of tickle my pickle up in here. Just to finish that off. A bit of tickle my pickle. A little bit of olive green. A little bit of a cypress tree. All right. I'm going to come in with a bit of white gel just along. Sometimes Signo just does not want to play and be friends. Okay, I'm going to grab Deep Ocean in turquoise. I'm just going to bring a little bit of turquoise over from over here. It's going to be my little colour here, just to bring a bit of balance. Right. Did you end up getting your hands on those gluten-free cookies, Shannon? All right. So we got put. Woo, I think we might actually get this done. Well, pretty much. I'm just going to do this. Can't even remember what I did. I'm going to wing it, as I tend to do. I think it was dark brown in the inner section. Woohoo! We actually got this page done. Thank you, Jamie. Hopefully it looks okay. I think once I finish off the frame, I'm going to have to, sorry guys, I've got to turn. All right, so that answers your question, Jamie, down here. So you can see here that I've still got smudging. You might not be able to see it on camera, but I do actually have some smudging here. So if I come in with the eraser, it will lift that up off the white. And that would have been from when I was putting the gel pen on. So even with the glove, it doesn't fully. Hold on. I'm just coming in with, that's annoying. I'm just going to come in with an actual rubber. Because that was taking way too much effort. Yeah, yes, Angie. I think I used brown shades. I've got a good idea. I used some brown shades, so I'm just gonna go with what I think. I'm going in with dark brown along here. And the beauty with wood is you don't have to be neat. All right, dark brown, dark brown. Oh yeah, Jamie, I'm never going to stop. I can't pick my hand up, and because because we're khaki and what we do, it's always going to smudge. It is just what it is. I've just learnt to work with it and reduce as much as I can. All right, a little bit of brown. Don't know if I use this, but it's what I'm using now. And I would imagine that I probably used maple. All right, I think we're actually going to get this page finished. Woo woo. At the like, I'm just laying the base colors down at the moment. I will go back over this. I'm not leaving it quite as messy as this. Okay, put that down. Now let's come back in with dark brown. Really mark out that inner frame. The girls are awake, so that's good. They're going to walk into town in a second. We've got to go get some cat food. I meant to do that yesterday, but we all forgot. We went into town and then forgot that the actual purpose of us going into town was to get cat food. So they can walk into town or to the corner store and get some cat food. Because I don't want to get back into town today. All right. Hey Pam, how's it going? Oh, thanks for popping in. I just appreciate you coming in and saying hi. That looks like that wood, doesn't it? Nah, close enough. Yeah, not all wood's the same. Using whatever he had in the shed. All right, let's bring it back over. That's what we'll do. Go over this with a bit of maple. Bring it all in together. Look at that. Yeah, that's the same. Okay, dark brown. Need to put a tip on this. Am I in the center? Kind of. Yep. All right. No worries, Rosalind. Have a great day. Hope they have fun at school. First day tomorrow. Wish them all the best. Thank you, Rosalind. As you know, always thank you. All righty, we're nearly done. Let's go in with yeah, no, Della, we certainly don't have that. It's a 5-minute walk to the corner store for me, so I don't have to worry too much about that. There you go. Casper's just saying hello again. You can tell I'm rushing this. I'm like, I just want this done. Just want it done. I'm like, be done. Just be done. All right, coming back in with dark brown. Really define that inner frame. Yeah, 40 miles. What's that? That'd be what? Just over 60, 65K. It's not a bad one-way round trip. You're talking to the person that literally drove 3 hours one way and 3 hours back the other way just to go see a ballet last weekend. But if that was my round trip just to get groceries, I would definitely be paying a bit more attention. I am so close. But what's worse is that I did the grocery shopping only a couple of days ago. And because the cat food's in George's room, because Storm is George's cat, she didn't say, oh, we need cat food, until yesterday. She's like, oh, we've run out of cat food. And I'm like, I just went grocery shopping. You know. No worries, Mona. Thank you very much. I hope I did a decent enough job. Okay, look at that. We're done, people. We're done. We have finished a page. Whoop, whoop. Oh, no. No, I forgot a hair. See? Look at this. I got so excited. All right, what am I going to use? Let's go in with Hot Sun. I've got a little hair boogly things, a comb. Oh, for a moment, I got so excited. Let's go in with Sun-Kissed. Thanks, Pam. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for popping in. See you, Shannon. Thanks, Della. All right, I'm just finishing off, obviously, where I completely forgot about her little hair comb. Honey brown. Back in with that yellow just to... Yeah. There we go. And put a little bit of highlight. On it. And then we're done. Okay, now can I call it? Is there any other pieces that I've missed? I think we can call it. I think we're done. Alrighty. I'm going to say goodbye. Look at that. 9 o'clock on the dot. Whoop, whoop. 2 hours. Look at that. Woo! And I like working to deadlines. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I will catch probably a whole lot of you in the February streams next weekend. And we'll catch up and chat there. You probably won't see much of me for the rest of the week because I'm in at work, but I will definitely do that. Yes, I won't be streaming next weekend. I'm going to bow out so that we can watch lots of other people do awesome things. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.